What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mighty Mouth here, back with another video. I'd just like to take a moment again to thank everyone that subscribed to my channel, anybody who's ever liked or commented on my channel. We're going to try today to keep it as positive as we can. We're going to dive into my thoughts and opinions on this. These are strictly my own thoughts and opinions, and I would like to know what you guys feel about it. Like, share your opinions in the comments section, please, because I don't know right now. I'm confused. I'm kind of like bummed out, but I'm also super curious. Like, honestly, I've never been less excited but more curious to start a new league or season. Like, I was super jacked with all the like teasy things they were showing, like axes and swords, and then not getting those. And then, they just teased these sweet uniques, and then they nerfed all the decent uniques in the new patch. Like, so it's like, man, I don't know where to start. I had ideas for different ways to build my starter, which I'm probably going to play the same character, probably going to do the same build because it's pretty safe early, and then maybe farm some currency and switch to a different one dependingly, but I guess we'll see. Well, I'm going to start with the things I like. We're a warrior player, we play Warbringer, and we got some buffs. Pretty nice. The instead of corpses in your presence, it's just war cries blow them up, so that's perfect. We can increase area of effect, and that basically gives us a little bit of an advantage. The thing I don't like is the fact that we're going to be way squishier. Like, I use Grim Feast, obviously it's like 30 spirit and you double your energy shield. Why not? Also, I use the Mirror Invictus or whatever with global defenses and max life, which neither of which roll on it anymore. Well, neither does anything that was good. Nothing that was good rolls on it anymore. So I don't know what you're going to use there. Honestly, I like, they said 7 random new modifiers to per socketed soul core, so whatever that may be, right? The shield I use for my rarity build, gutted. Ingenuity, gutted. So it's a little saddening because there's these extreme case outliers in the balance, and instead of just tweaking those builds, they gutted those builds and any item associated with it, which happens to be basically the items every other build uses. And that's going to nerf everything. Like, I don't really understand the rarity thing, like why they're so hell-bent to like reduce the amount of rarity you have, because they said it's written in the code to get diminishing returns, so like it's foolish for you to stack all that rarity anyways. So like, if that is the case, then why do you care if someone stacks 800 rarity? I don't know, it just confuses me. You're like, well, people were dropping a bunch of mirrors because of a glitch between this shield and this chest armor, so we fixed that, and now we're going to nerf those two things into the ground too, because, fucking why not? But I don't know, that didn't make a lot of sense to me. The changes to, okay, so we have support gems, those changes, awesome, don't know what they are, no idea, going in blind. The passive skill tree changes, awesome, can't wait, we've been needing it. But they removed half the jewel sockets. I don't know what their game is here. I don't understand the point of that. Like, you have these super juicy chase jewels that now you can't even use one of each. Like, you were limited to being able to use one of each unique jewel. Now you're going to be able to get like 3 jewels at all, which makes the Witch Ascendancy that much more powerful now, the new one, because they get a 100% increase of a socketed jewel. So that's pretty good, I guess. But also, again, super curious because they didn't tell you anything about the changes. Like, yeah, we added some of this, figure it out. Not going to tell you where it's at, not going to tell you what it does, not going to tell you what we removed to add it. Like, you have no idea what the passive tree is going to look like. We already didn't know what 40% of the passive tree was anyways, because if you played like 1 or 2 characters, you only started in like this area, and you ventured out and you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll go here, or I know this node up here is pretty good, but you didn't even know what half of the shit in between even was. Well, now you really don't know, because they obviously added a bunch of stuff. So they either went from 1,500 notables to 2,000, or they removed some to keep it at 1,500 and keep it in the same shape and the same pathways. I don't know. I don't know. So again, kind of bummed, but curious. We have a bunch of changes to skills, and like they took out Grim Feast, so that's one thing. They nerfed all the Herald skills so that they couldn't chain off of each other, and I mean, that's fine. I didn't really use them anyways, not a big deal. Mana Tempest is like, its quality grants additional damage gained as lightning instead of causing its effects to linger, but it didn't actually function anyway, so that's like kind of a buff, I guess, you know? But all of the other Archmage stuff is basically unplayable. Like Spark is, you won't ever see someone playing Spark. It's just not going to happen now. It just got hit in like 7 different ways, which is crazy to me. Like the mana nerf, like the Spark nerf, the total skill gem nerf, the unique nerfs, the breach ring nerfs, you name it. All the passive notable nerfs. They buffed Sunder kind of by taking away like 0.4 seconds on the attack time. They destroyed Hammer of the Gods. So like Hammer of the Gods is the only way I can kill a boss currently. And even still, in certain content, it takes 2 or 3 of them. And you have to douche. And they're like, that skill, one-shotting a boss, not cool. Like, sure, other builds can fire off 1,000 hits in 10 seconds. We're gonna address that later, but this shit has got to go. They're like talking about making it only do 10% of the boss's health and like 10% more as bleed. You wouldn't run it anymore then. Like, now you definitely won't. So what happens, here's a scenario. You're running a map, totally juiced, like 10 modifiers after you corrupt it, and one of them happens to be monsters have increased stun threshold. So the way Hammer of the Gods works now, you need 20 glory. And this glory is obtained by stunning enemies of various power levels. And I think it said something to the effect of like 0.4, like you get 0.4 glory for a stun or something like that. But you need 20 of this. So if the boss at the end has a 200% increased stun threshold, and they happen to be stun resistant, now what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? And here's the dumbest shit, right? It says, and I quote, Hammer of the Gods no longer has a cooldown, but now requires 20 glory to use. So if you can find a way to somehow get 20 glory every half a second, you can just spam this shit. But the thing is, you're never good. Like, what are you going to be able to do? You get 20 glory every 3 maps. You know, you're going to stun a. I don't know. Like, they don't say the value. Like, maybe you get 5 glory for stunning something. I don't know. I don't know. But the quality is now impact radius instead of cooldown recovery rate. The impact radius wasn't the thing because you're not really using it to kill mobs. You're using it to kill a boss. The problem is they've nerfed concentrated effect, so that's another hit to it. They nerfed your ability to use it. They're nerfing all of the things that scale it, right? Like they want to tweak magnitude and they want to tweak this and that. They nerfed the ability to get a bunch of strength. So you know that two-handed mace that you had, you can't use it now. There's going to be less attributes because you're not going to be able to use breach rings to get it. Ingenuity is not going to give you a ton of strength. It's going to be very hard to even like obtain a two-handed mace with reduced attribute requirements because they're going to be like a fucking mirror apiece because it's the only way you're going to be able to use Giant's Blood. It's not going to be possible. Like, for at least in order to also use Energy Shield, which you're gonna have to because they didn't address armor yet. Again. So there's that. We have a bunch of nerfs to like minions, I think. I don't know. They said that the values were adjusted and they don't really tell you how. You're gonna have like 1.5k less health as a warrior. So blood magic probably going to be unusable now because your skills are going to cost so much because the way they nerfed everything that, you know, made stuff good is they increased the cost multiplier of it. They increased like the I guess they increased nothing that is beneficial. Like they decreased the amount of mana that rolls. So like as a warrior, you're gonna have to stack int to get mana, so you can't really use the strength, right? Like, dude, I'm getting just so confused, even trying to wrap my mind around how they want you to go about building a fucking character now. It doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, we're gonna nerf everything that's good, and we're gonna make you have to branch out. So you can't invest into one thing and it be good anymore. You're going to have to invest into multiple things. But if you invest into multiple things, you can't make any one of these things good. So if so facto, you're screwed. I don't know. Like, I just don't get it. Like, but again, I'm curious because we don't know any of the values. So maybe everything ends up being perfect and really good and the game feels great and everyone has a blast and we all pat GGG on the back and say, you know what, you did good. But the way the community is reacting, I hate to say it, I don't have a whole lot of faith for that. But nevertheless, we're going to play it. We're probably going to stream like 16 hours of it. And we're going to hope for the best. They fixed a lot of bugs. It says fixed a bug where Seismic Cry and other delayed cooldown skills could consume 2 cooldown charges when supported by Second Wind. Did not know about that. What I'm looking for now is to see if they fixed the bug where the Warbringer Ascendancy that breaks armor below 0 actually does something now. I'm hoping it says, like, actually does something. But I'm not seeing it. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. I don't know, guys. Like, what are your guys' thoughts? I'm curious. Like, I'm just bewildered. Like, I had so much excitement, such high hopes, and then these patch notes came out, and it was just like it took the wind out of my sails, if I'm honest. And I'm trying to be really positive. Like, I'm trying not to sound like a hater, because I put a lot of trust in GGG. I've said a lot of good things about the way they do business, and I felt like they care about the consumer and this and that. And I hope that that still holds true. Honestly, I'm assuming they want people to play their game, but they want what's best for the longevity of the game. But you can always, like, re-nerf something, right? You don't have to hit it over the head with the nerf hammer in order to get it where you want it to be. You can try this thing where you, like, do small tweaks in increments and see where it goes. Instead of, all right, well, we're going to nerf everything across the board, forget everything you know about it. And by the way, we're going to sneak that in at the end of the live stream. Like, we're going to give you 40 minutes of, like, exciting shit, and you're going to leave this live event thinking, oh my God, it's going to be great. And it's like the end of the credits with a movie at the theaters, and it's like all of a sudden a hidden scene, like telling you there's going to be a sequel, but the sequel doesn't even have, like, the original actor in it, and it's by a different director, and it's set in, like, the 1920s instead of now. And, like, because they saved all the actual juicy shit for the Q&A. Like, why would you not lead with, hey, by the way, fucking changing everything, bro. That shit you were doing, we don't like it. Hammer of the Gods, we don't like it. All that stat stacking shit, all that spark killing shit, you ain't doing that shit no more. You hear me? We're not putting up with it. But I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Well, we're gonna play Warbringer to start. Gonna do shouts again. Gonna be using batter shout, and I guess stacking a fuck ton of stun threshold. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be live almost all day, probably all night too. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like some content, leave some comments, let us know what you think. Stay blessed. You are enough. And as always, stay mouthy, my friends. Enjoy the hunt.